What do you think of this development in your home state of Edo, where you were once the governor, and where the current governor, Monday Okpebholo, effectively gave Peter Obi, a former governor himself and 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, a warning that he must obtain security clearance before visiting the state? Do you agree with those who say that that is a baseless and almost politicizing of charity, as Peter Obi himself put it?
Not at all.
Do you think there's merit in what Mr. Okpebholo was saying?
I think the media tried to exaggerate it. People who don't talk too much, they have to choose how they want to communicate. The essential message is clear. But let me tell you this.
Right.
Peter Obi was my colleague, and we know each other very well. And I liked him. I still do. But politically, we don't agree. I do not subscribe to his views and his certain matters. Now, let me tell you this. On the 4th or 3rd of June, I was invited by Academic Staff Union of Universities of University of Nigeria, Nsukka, to deliver a lecture. And that's in Enugu State. I was once a governor. I'm no longer a governor. I know what the protocol is. It's not written. It's a matter of common sense and a matter of decency. But also in my latin self-interest. I told my orderly, can you get the phone number of, can I reach the governor of Enugu State? But I don't have his number. He said he doesn't have to go and look for it. Eventually, he was able to get the ADC. And he got the ADC, and he gave me the phone, and I spoke to the ADC. ADC, please, can you connect me with the governors? I want to speak with him. He said, it's not available. Okay. Can you help me convey a message? But I have this invite, which I have accepted to honor, and I will be coming to Enugu tomorrow or next tomorrow. I will be grateful if the Excellency is informed of my visit. Number 2, I will be even more happy if he can assist me with a vehicle and to provide me with security from the airport to Nsukka. There is no law in Nigeria that says I must do that. Well, have you been a governor, even though now no more a governor? I understand that the governor of Enugu State needs to know I am in his territory. Not that the Nigerian Constitution says I should say so. It's a matter of personal discipline and protocol. When I was governor of Edo State, President Olusegun Obasanjo, if you do remember President Olusegun Obasanjo,
indeed,
you remember that he was described
nobody can ever forget
as behavior as alternate president. And running NSC like a parallel government, wanted to overthrow his government. He accused me of treason. So we were not best of friends. But there was nothing personal. It's just that I questioned and I fought against some of his policies. But when, after being president, I now became governor, and even at that, I believe I was rigged out of, not that I believe, I was rigged out by his party, the PDP, or the policy of do or die. But I went to court and I defeated his party, and I was sworn in as former president of Nigeria. Not just for a former governor, former president of Nigeria that command the amount of respect that you have acknowledged. He was coming to Edo, he informed me that I would be coming to Edo, and he said he was going to do XYZ, okay, and he would like to see me. Oh, fine. So we arrange, get vehicle to the airport to receive him, to accord him all the necessary respect, provide all the logistics he required, as well as security, and even humbled me by coming to my residence. And immediately asked him, why are you here? He said, this is Obasanjo now, to quote, whoever you think you are, when you are going to a state, there is a constitutional authority in that state, and you are a politically exposed person. It is just normal and out of respect that you go, even if that person is your grandson, to say, Mr. Governor, I am in your territory. That is why he has come to inform me he's in Edo and to share with me what somebody want to do, and for me to accord him on respect. That's where it should be. So all that, now let's face it, the property of Edo State government is trusted in the hand of Edo State governor. Right? So if anyone, myself inclusive, and I believe you inclusive, if I go to Enugu State or Anambra State when Obi was governor, and I want to visit a government-owned facility like a NOSI institution, it's a matter of decency and self-respect, right, to say, I'll be coming, I'll be visiting not a private facility. That school is built, equipped, and owned and funded by the state government 100%. So Peter Obi's handout is not any way compared to what the government institutionally provide every year in the budget to support that institution.
Well, let me come in here.
It doesn't matter the fact that he has good intention. But Obi as a former governor shouldn't allow that to
I understand what you mean.
So maybe what you might argue is how you interpret choice of words.
Right.
But the intention of Governor Monday is clear to me.
Well,
please, if you are coming, it's just nice that you inform me. If you ask Obi, now what I just told you now, I gave an example of myself. I've given you an example of Obasanjo. What is wrong with Obi?
Yeah, but let me just say this. I think you've made
that's
that.
what he said.
I think you've
so
made
when you
that
now make
point.
it like you have to get a license.
I think you've made that point.
And so on and so forth. I don't think it's
I see what you mean. But it is.
And remember, in your station, I want
Right.
you saying that the Edo State government issued a statement that what the governor implied is not to say you must take permission. It's just for
They
political
tried
purposes,
to. Yeah.
not that they tried to.
What I was going to say is this.
You prefer to ignore that denial.
Do you think I might get a
the
word in
government
here?
is afraid when he said, look, I didn't mean to say he need license.
No, I understand that. You've made the point.
That's it.
But what I'm
and I think we should there is no word more airtime.
Yeah, what I just wanted to say is that you have explained it very articulately. And I think the problem is that there is the governor of Edo State, the current one, is not the most articulate person in the world. I mean, that's not it's not an insult or a criticism. It's just the way he is. And the way that it came across to people and the way that he communicated it to people sounded very threatening. And people don't like being threatened, especially when they see somebody who they consider to be, for many of them, their political hero being in some ways denigrated. That's the way they saw it.
Okay.
But the way that you have explained it...
Given the quality of your airtime, I don't think you should discuss it further.
Okay, well, let's...
And I think that is what it is.
I think you've made that point.
I am sure, Governor Peter will be whatever he wants to say. He knows that this is not a big deal.
Yesterday, the president himself, President Tinubu, admitted that the APC governors in particular, and governors in general, aren't delivering. He talked about voluble complaints at the grassroots against the governors and said they needed to, in his words, wet the grass more and lead the way to progressive change. That's an admission that things aren't going very well on that level, aren't they? And that the hope of Nigerians simply isn't being renewed. And people, I'm wondering, I mean, people are wondering, it's been 2 years of the Tinubu administration. Time has not only flown, it's flipped past. I mean, but it doesn't look as if that energy of change is there, is there? For the president to be saying that.
The energy is there. Now, this is the problem, when you should acknowledge and comment, you try to interpret it in a negative fashion. Now, for me, it's a mark of statesmanship. The president said, fortunately for us right now, in this hall, we have 23 now out of 36 state governors. And he explained that he took off for that a very, very challenging environment, an economy that was in serious crisis. We are beginning to see stability. He acknowledged that more work needs to be done, but a lot of progress has been made and more work needs to be done. And he said, in spite of all the effort that he has made and the stability we are beginning to see, of course, he still hears. And for me, that should be acknowledged, that the president acknowledged that he's not unaware that in spite of what anybody might say, in spite of all the positive statistics that we can point at, people still feel that things can be better. So governors, try and do more. To encourage someone to do more is not to dismiss him that is not doing anything.
No,
and I think what you should say is that he has put you out of business. Because you seek, like the last time I was here, you had to remind me that things are not perfect. Nigeria is not heaven. Now you saw the president of Nigeria saying, I am aware, which means he's in touch with the grassroots, that the ordinary man is still feeling some hit level. So can you do more? You think to ask somebody to do more is to dismiss him, is to say that he hasn't been doing anything?
Well,
no. What the president is saying,
the statistics don't support what you're saying.
First, he's revealing to us that don't think I am not aware. I am aware that in spite of the effort the federal government is making and the effort that the state governors are making, there is still a level of stress. Please do more.
Well, the statistics Renewed Hope manifesto, which I went through again today, is that you're going to attract enormous amounts of foreign direct investment. You are going to create a lot of jobs. In fact, you are going to create an ecosystem that supports the creation of many, many jobs. You said in that manifesto that you would raise FDI to the highest level, but far from it, the central bank. So when you talk about selective statistics, this is coming from the central bank, reported that FDI in 2025 has decreased by 19.35%, with only about $250 million coming in so far. And not only did FDI decline, but there was also a significant reversal in portfolio investment, with a net divestment of more than $5 billion. That's central bank figures. And the reason given is that the government is not implementing measures to encourage international investment and address capital flight.
Measures such as what?
Well, you have to. I have to ask you that.
No,
question.
you are the one reading. Read.
I have to ask you that.
No. What are the measures? What are the measures?
You have
Because
to tell us.
You choose to read what
I am simply
verify.
quoting what the central bank has said.
No, you see, I come from a world in which I am trained and encouraged to interrogate, to question, and to dispute.
But are you disputing that these are not?
I can dispute anything. Everything is disputable because you are not quoting the Bible.
But that's what the central bank said.
You are not quoting the Bible. You are not quoting the Quran. But I have also read where some international institutions, although I don't want to place much emphasis on them, because like I said in many other quarters, we have to rate ourselves that have acknowledged that the president is pursuing sensible economic policies.
Yeah, but they also criticize.
You don't allow somebody to finish.
No, well, go ahead.
Because you talk to yourself, why do you invite me?
Go
they also said, because they also said, therefore I shouldn't say what they say first.
Go ahead, please.
Fine. So they've acknowledged that he has removed a lot of some of the disincentives where you have two classes of Nigerians where in the name of business you can access, depending on your connections, exchange rate at a certain margin, and I be the ordinary man on the street. I go for that exchange rate, I buy what you call black. There's nothing black about that market. It's an efficient market, but the margin is almost 100%, which is why a lot of people didn't need to work. All you need is to have connection and you become multi-billion rich, which distort our value system. And you hear young people saying, it is not what you know that matters, it is who you know. When you see young people are not so young, making money without any business address, that has been eliminated. How you buy your dollar, how I buy my dollar is not the same market. That is huge. This president could have decided to continue with the old business. But when you quote what we said in the manifesto, and I don't, you did just selectively quote it, did we say this will be done at 24 months? Did you say that?
I am simply quoting.
Now,
well, you asked me a question.
Quote it. So if you are
but you asked me a question,
full,
let me answer.
Quote in full. I was Deputy Director General of the campaign, right? We did say at halftime, this is what it's going to be.
No.
But the truth of the matter is, whether you acknowledge it or not, things are a lot better now than they were just a year ago.
Okay.
Because he tried to restructure the system and redirect the economy, carry out the kind of surgery that had to be done, a very complicated economic surgery. The patient has to experience some initial serious pains before it gets stabilized. Now the patient is stabilized.
Yeah, but
we are expecting that the patient will get back.
Okay, well, we're out of time. The key point here is that it's the same APC governments that went from 2015 and right now to 2025.
Now,
so we look at you as a 10-year government and not a 2-year government.
Because democracy did start with APC in 1995 with PDP. By the time the years in 2016, the PDP had a debate which you have refused to use. It is because you covered it, where they said they want to change their name because of the way they mismanage the country. Other PDP oil was selling at $140 a barrel. No government has had the opportunity of such huge revenue for 16 unbroken years.
Well, it wasn't like that for 16
years. The PDP couldn't fix it 16 years. That Tinubu could have fixed it in 2 years.
No, I'm not talking about Tinubu. I'm talking about a 10-year period of APC.
Also give us 60 years, then you score.
Right. Okay.
On 60 years, then you draw a line.
On that note, Senator Adams Oshimole,